everyone, welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Day 3!
That's right!
I'm Shane.
We're looking at day 3 of our story called The Great Stone Face. That's right. And the vocabulary words are wrinkle.
Wrinkle.
I can't get these wrinkles out of my clothing.
Aww.
Too sad.
Follower.
Follower.
The religion has millions of followers.
Virtue.
Virtue.
They say that patience is a virtue.
It is. Possess.
Possess.
She possesses a strong will to succeed.
I will succeed.
Right.
Angel.
Angel.
In this story, a man is comforted by angels from heaven.
Oh, wow.
That's really nice.
Okay, well, when is this angel from heaven going to come down to the earth and make Ernest happy?
You mean like show Ernest the man that looks like the Great Stone Face?
Yeah, I don't know. Is this going to be a real person, an angel? But I don't know if what's going to happen. But Ernest is now old and he's wrinkled, and still this man has not come.
That's right. But I do have to say, years and years have gone by, and now Ernest has a lot of wisdom. And a lot of people from all over the world come and listen to him speak.
Wow, so he's a wise old man. And he was talking to a poet, and a poet came to visit, and I think he was hoping that this poet might be
the man.
The man. But
then
he realized he wasn't, right?
So he was sad, you know, he was a little bit disappointed. He said, I don't think I will ever meet this man.
But that doesn't stop him from giving a speech later that day, right?
About love and life.
Yeah, so he's giving the speech, and in fact, the poet
was looking at Ernest.
Realizes something about Ernest while he's giving this speech.
Dun dun.
What do you think he realized?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, I guess you're going to have to read to find out. We're
not telling you.
All right.
We can't tell you.
Ooh, the suspense is killing me.
Okay. Well, enjoy today's story.
Enjoy.
The Great Stone Face. By the time Ernest was an old man with white hair and wrinkles, he had gained much wisdom. People came from all around to listen to him speak. He was considered a wise man, and his followers believed his words came from a higher place. He preached many things in the name of virtue, but above all, he preached that the fabled man would one day come.
Welcome to Live Interactive English Magazine. Today's lesson is called The Great Stone Face. Day 3. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. And we're looking at day 3 of our story for this month, The Great Stone Face, about a man named Ernest in a town with a big stone face made of stone. And it's actually like a mountain that hangs over the town, but it looks like a wise old man. And this Ernest who lives in the town is waiting for the real person to show up who looks like the Great Stone Face. This real person will lead the town and continue its success and fortune into the future. Unfortunately, they haven't found anyone. They've looked at a few people, but they've all been lacking. They've all been missing that good element that a leader should have.
Ernest right now, he's a bit disappointed. He really wants this person to come. Anyways, more on Ernest.
Yeah, he's disappointed, and he's now old, apparently. Many years seem to have passed, because as we begin reading today's part of the article, it says, by the time Ernest was an old man with white hair and wrinkles, he had gained much wisdom.
You have to have wisdom if you're going to be the great man.
That's right.
Ernest is white. Okay, he's not white. His hair is white. His hair has turned white. And he's an old man with wisdom. So he's got the wisdom. And his appearance has changed as well.
Yeah.
I think I know what's going to happen. Anyways, though, before we move on, let's talk about this word wrinkle. It's a noun. When we're talking about wrinkles, we're talking about lines in your face or on your skin that you get as you grow old. Yes, wrinkles are lines or creases or small folds in something. It can be in skin, but you can also find a wrinkle in a garment or some fabric or something like that.
Sure.
Anyways, for example, I can't get these wrinkles out of my clothing. I have ironed it. I've ironed this shirt 100 times. The wrinkles, they come back.
Did you drive a car over it?
Was that not the right thing to do?
Well, maybe not, no.
Anyways, let's move on. People came from all around to listen to him speak. Ernest.
Yes, that's right.
He's eloquent. And he's got the wisdom, and his appearance has changed over time so that maybe he resembled... I'll stop there.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. So he's elderly now, he speaks, people listen to him, they like to hear his wisdom. He was considered a wise man, and his followers believed his words came from a higher place. Well, because he's...
God.
Well, maybe from the better angels of our nature.
Or the great stone face.
Or the great... So, of course, he's an older man, he's a wise man. His followers now, he actually has followers. These people really respect him and really think that he's telling them important stuff, almost like a religious leader or a philosopher or something like that. That's the kind of person who might have followers. A follower, this noun, is basically kind of like a disciple, one who believes in a person and in what they are teaching. You could say that fans are followers of certain pop stars, and we certainly use that term today. Yeah, I follow Rihanna on Instagram or something like that. Don't worry, I don't. But generally when we talk about followers, we're talking about someone who really subscribes, who really believes in a person's philosophy and really thinks that person is a great leader, like a religious leader. For example, the religion has millions of followers.
They subscribe, these followers, due to this religion.
They believe it.
Cool.
It's a big part of their life, and they'll listen to that person's words.
Anyways, more on Ernest. He preached many things in the name of virtue, but above all, he preached that the fabled man would one day come. He still doesn't get it. He's the... All right, let's go ahead and, before we take a break, let's go ahead and talk about the noun virtue. A virtue is a moral principle. Further, sometimes when people talk about virtues that a person has, they're talking about a good personal quality that that person has. But here we're talking about like a moral principle. For example, they say that patience is a virtue. Patience is a good thing. You should try to be patient because it's a virtue.
Okay.
All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。随着 Ernest 长大，有几个人都回到村子里面呢，来宣称他们就是《人面巨石》预言里面那个伟人。可是他们都不是 ，Ernest 就觉得很失望。等到他慢慢成为一位白发苍苍、满脸皱纹的老人时，他已经累积很多智慧了。人们就从四面八方前来听他演说。他被视为一名智者。而且他的信徒相信呢，他的言语是来自天堂。好，文中的 a higher place 字面上是指更高的地方，那引申用来表达更高层次的世界，或者是指天堂。好，故事接着提到 Ernest 他以美德的名义宣扬了很多事情，那他告诉大家，传说中那一名伟人呢，总有一天一定会出现的。我们先来看三个单字 Wrinkle， 它当名词表示皱纹，也可以指皱褶或是皱痕。Jeff 老师在解释单字时提到 crease 当名词也可以用来指这个折缝啊、折痕或者是皱痕，就是像衣服或是纸的那个褶皱都可以用它表示。老师还用到 fold 当名词也可以用来指折痕。下一个单字 follower 表示追随者或是拥护者或是信徒。Mike 老师刚刚说到 disciple 这个字 D-I-S-C-I-P-L-E disciple 可以用来指信徒、门徒或是追随者。好，至于 virtue 表示美德或者是高尚品德。至于补充单字 preach 它是动词，它表示鼓吹、宣扬或者是讲道、布道。接回到课文中。
The Great Stone Face. One day, a poet visited Ernest. The two men had a lot in common and spoke for hours. When the poet revealed his name to Ernest, Ernest became sad. He had read the man's poems and, in his heart, had hoped that the poet would fulfill the prophecy. Meanwhile, the poet, listening to Ernest speak, believed that Ernest possessed the wisdom of angels.
All right, folks. Next up in our story, we learned that Ernest gets a visitor. Yes, one day, a poet visited Ernest.
Okay, maybe this poet, a poet, of course, is a writer who writes poems and not stories or newspaper articles. But this poet maybe is one of his followers, is coming to get some wisdom from Ernest. It says the two men had a lot in common and spoke for hours. So they really hit it off. They really found that they shared a lot of the same ideas and opinions. They spoke for a long time. Their friendship began. When the poet revealed his name to Ernest, Ernest became sad. He had read the man's poems and in his heart had hoped that the poet would fulfill the prophecy.
Wait. So the poet also does not fit the bill. The poet is not the great man either?
Well, apparently not, no.
You know, I shouldn't say it, but by process of elimination, I think we've arrived at who the great man is. I won't say anything else, but come on, guys. It's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Trump?
Oh, Trump? No, absolutely not. Let's read on. Let's forget that ever got mentioned. Meanwhile, the poet, listening to Ernest speak, believed that Ernest possessed the wisdom of angels.
Oh, yeah, that's not Trump. It's definitely not Trump.
Maybe. Let's talk about the verb possess.
Possess. To possess is to have. It's a verb. It means to have. So you possess the things that you buy. Those are your things. You possess them. You own them. You have them. But we can also talk about possessing being things that we have in our character, in our quality, right? So he possesses great intelligence. She possesses great musical skill or something like that. It's something that they own, but not something that they buy, but it's theirs. It belongs to them. For example, she possesses a strong will to succeed. She's a very determined person. And we were talking about someone possessing the wisdom of angels.
Angels, everyone. By the way, the word angel is a noun. An angel is kind of like a messenger for God. Usually angels are portrayed as being human beings, unbelievably beautiful human beings with really big wings, and they fly around, and because they're usually hanging out with God, they got a halo, and usually because they hang out with God all the time, they've got some really good personal qualities. Like sometimes you've got really good warrior angels, and sometimes you've got really wise angels, and apparently the poet here thinks that Ernest has the wisdom of the angels, or speaks with that wisdom. So, hey, that's pretty good. By the way, angels probably don't exist. For example, in this story, a man is comforted by angels from heaven. They fly down and they give him a big pat on the back and they say, "Hey, dude, it'll be okay."
Well, that sounds nice.
That's so wise.
Really?
All right, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Is this the sacred angel Lebowski?
Absolutely.
Okay.
有一天，有一名诗人来拜访 Ernest， 这两个人有很多共通之处，两个人一拍即合，谈了好几个小时。Mike 老师用到一个片语 hit it off。hit it off 表示相处融洽，一见如故，或者是投缘。你后面还可以接 with somebody 来表达跟某人合得来。好，那当这位诗人向 Ernest 透露他的姓名时， Ernest 变得很难过，因为他之前有读过对方的诗，曾经在心里面期望说这位诗人可以实现预言，可惜他也不是。而这一位诗人在听 Ernest 讲话的时候，觉得他具有天使的智慧。好，这边有两个单字 possess 是动词，它表示拥有或是具有。那么 angel 就是天使。Jeff 老师提到天使是上帝的使者，那老师用到 messenger 这个字可以指使者或者是信差送信人。顺便补充一下，天使头上通常我们会有看到光环嘛，那么 halo halo 就表示光环。这句话课文中
The Great Stone Face. At sunset that day, Ernest gave a speech. While the poet was listening to Ernest's words about love and life, he looked at the mountain and yelled,
"Behold, behold, Ernest is himself the likeness of the great stone face."
The people all saw at once that it was true. Ernest was the one. But Ernest did not acknowledge this. When he finished his speech, he simply walked away, hoping a better man would one day fulfill the prophecy.
So we've got Ernest and we've got the poet. The poet writes beautiful, beautiful words, but even this person is impressed with Ernest. This poet believes that Ernest is extremely wise and speaks with the wisdom of the angels.
Absolutely. And that is what Ernest is going to do next. It says, at sunset that day, Ernest gave a speech. So he gave a speech to the town as the sun was going down, while the poet was listening to Ernest's words about love and life. He looked at the mountain and yelled, "Behold! Behold! Ernest is himself, the likeness of the great stone face." So this is the poet sort of shoving Ernest out, into the public and saying he's the guy. He's been talking about the guy, but he's actually the guy that we've all been waiting for. I wonder if Ernest is ready for this sort of big public unveiling.
I can't believe that no one noticed this before.
It's a story.
Anyway,
Yeah.
the people all saw at once that it was true.
It's true, it's true.
Ernest was the one.
Ernest is the one, the one.
But remember, being wise and modest and having fantastic virtues as a human being, Ernest didn't immediately say, "Yeah, it's true. I'm the one. I'm great. I'm amazing." Ernest did not acknowledge this.
He wouldn't recognize that it's true. He said, no, it's not me. It's not me. You got it all wrong. When he finished his speech, he simply walked away, hoping a better man would one day fulfill the prophecy. So Ernest was basically being given the crown. He was being given all the power. He was being made the leader. But Ernest is like, nope, don't want it. I'm not the guy you're looking for. Maybe he'll come along, but I gotta go.
Peace out.
Right on.
I'm gone.
It takes a big man to walk away from that much power and privilege, or a big woman.
What a good guy Ernest was, if he ever existed. Yeah. Anyways, folks, with that, our story is through, but Mike and I, we're far from finished. You see, we still have to ask and then answer the what do you think question. Mike, how do you feel about the way Ernest reacted at the end of the story?
Well, I think that Ernest showed his true virtue by walking away, but I'm kind of disappointed because the people were crying out for a great leader the way a flower cries out for water in the desert, but Ernest would not slake their thirst.
How do you acknowledge something like that? Oh, yeah, I'm the great one,
it's
foretold by the
You're
prophecy. Right. What do I do next? What does a great man do?
It's tough. It's a tough call.
Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a long break because our story and our question, one's over and one's been answered. So it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
刚刚说到诗人来拜访 Ernest， 两个人聊了好几个小时。那当天日落的时候 ，Ernest 发表一场演说，他在讲爱跟生命。诗人接着朝着山的那一头看过去，突然大喊说：“看呐，Ernest 他自己就长得像人面巨石结果所有的人都立刻看出，哇，那是真的Ernest 就是预言中的那个人，可是他本人并不承认，他一演讲完就离开了，心里还是希望有一天有一个比他更好的人能够出现来实现预言。Mike 老师说 Ernest 的反应很谦虚，不过从另外一方面来看，他就这样走掉，就没有办法满足大家想要有一个睿智的领导者的这种渴望了。老师刚刚用到 slake one's thirst， 字面上的意思是解渴，那也可以用来引申表达满足某人的渴望。好，最后来看3个补充单字 sunset 表示日落或是黄昏，那么 behold 是动词，表示看或是注视。在文学作品里面呢 behold 常常用来当感叹词、惊叹词，表示看啊，快看。好，至于 acknowledge 它是动词，表示承认或是认可。好了，那么以上是这个讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny。在今天的课程中，我们要介绍2个文法重点。第一个是 by the time 主词加动词，第二个是动词 consider 的用法。首先，我们来学习 by the time 主词加动词。by the time 表示在什么什么之前，到什么什么的时候。那之后是接表示时间的副词子句。以副词子句来描述过去情况时，主要子句可以用过去简单式或者是过去完成式来强调动作已经完成。例如 By the time we arrived, there were no more seats left. 在我们抵达的时候，已经没有空位了。那这里的主要子句是用过去简单式。By the time he got there, the show had already begun. 他到的时候，表演已经开始了。那这边主要子句是用过去完成式。如果是以副词子句来描述未来情况时，要用现在式来代替未来式。而主要子句可以用未来简单式或者是未来完成式，强调动作预计将会完成。例如 By the time you come back, I'll probably be asleep. 等你回来的时候，我可能已经睡着了。那这里的主要子句它是用未来简单式。By the time you retire, you will have paid off your mortgage. 等你退休的时候，你已经把房贷缴完了。那这里的主要子句它是用未来完成式。最后，我们来学习动词 consider 的用法。第一种是表达考虑到或者是斟酌，例如 She's been considering changing careers. 她一直在考虑转换职涯。第二种是表达认为或者是将什么什么视为。那常见的句型有两种，第一种是主动用法 consider 加受词加 to be 加上名词或形容词，其中的 to be 可以省略。第二种是被动用法，某人或某事物 be considered to be 加上名词或形容词，那么其中的 to be 一样可以省略。例如 The students consider him to be a good teacher. The students consider him a good teacher. 学生们将他视为好老师。The politician is considered to be dishonest. The politician is considered dishonest. 那位政治人物被认为不老实。以上是这些重点整理，我们下次见喽。See you next time. Bye.
欢迎收看《就爱讲英文》，我是悠悠，
我是 Jay。
你知道在那个冗长的会议过程啊，我最期待就是总结，
对，
因为就可以结束了。
真的所以我们就是要在会议结束之前帮大家做个回顾啊。
是的，
可以说我们结束之前，让我来为大家做个重点整理。Before we close, let me summarize the main points.
Before we close, let me summarize the main points.
对 ，close 的话就是把会议结束之前了。Before we close, let me summarize the main points. 我帮大家把重点 summarize 一下。Summarize 是什么？就是做摘要、总结一个概括。
Summarize。
对，我们也常常看到 summarize 这个字的名词 summary。对，就是大纲摘要。
那这时候呢，可能会问说，有没有临时动议？
临时动议的话，我们有时候你会看到书面就是什么 AOB 啦
，AOB
就是 any other business。Any other business。对 ，any other business。Any other business？ 就是有没有临时动议，有没有要提出来的啊？好 ，Is there any other business？Is
there any other business？
那你也可以说 anything further？Anything
further？
对，还有没有要进一步要讨论
呢？
什么 ？Anything further？ 那没有的话就可以结束了。
有时候有人会说我要提一个动议，临时动议。
那我就很讨厌他了。我要结束了，你还临时动议？
对，
临时动议。I like to make a motion.
I like to make a motion.
I like to make a motion. 对，那没有事情的话，我们就可以
散会。
I declare the meeting closed.
I declare the meeting closed.
这个 declare 的话是宣布。
对
I declare 什么事情呢 ？The meeting closed. 宣布会议结束。
然后谢谢大家。
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I declare the meeting closed. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
对，那如果要再更简单一点，你就说差不多了。I think that'll be all for today.
I think that will be all for today.
I think that'll be all 也可以了。
对
I think that'll be all for today. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. 谢谢大家来哈。
谢谢大家。
那我们今天就来自己看 live action. Before we close, let me summarize the main points. Okay. First, is there any other business?
No.
Oh, that's good. I think that will be all for today. Thanks for coming. Thank you.